Welcome back, everybody. This is My Journey 4K. We are back in IMSA in the Dallara P217. Let's get into it. We're going to start this race in P6. Going around one of the LMP2 cars in front. Just going slow. We're going to be side by side here. Oh, big smack. Big spin. Lost a lot of positions there quickly. Strength of the field today is a 21.06. We're coming into this race with a 21.41 rating. Slow car up ahead. That's a GTP hypercar. Looks like they're quite damaged. This is a 35-minute race. We'll need to stop at least once for fuel. It is an A license requirement for entry. Something about the positioning of the track is not working. I think we're down to 10th. 11th. We did start the race in 6th place. Slow cars up ahead, 2 LMP2s. One of them is sort of blocking us. We're going to get around the inside of that corner. We're driving away from these guys, I think. We qualify in front of most of these cars. Hard to tell if that contact gave us damage or not. We should be up to 9th now in our class. Closing the gap to 8th now. Just a little bit ahead. About a second and a half. We'll close that gap soon. Within a second to the car in front now, we've closed up that gap quite a bit. You can see how much more we've created to those cars behind too. They're still battling nose to tail. Adding the track map was a little bit of a test. It's not working great right now. That's what happens sometimes when iRacing updates these. Don't update the standings right, but the dots are in the right place. I think we're up to 9th now. Lost a little bit of time to the group in front, actually. A little bit of smoke up here. We'll be looking to close that down soon. We have pit stops still to happen. I don't know if we actually have GT3s in this field, but it looks like we definitely have the GTP hypercars and the LMP2 prototypes here. In IMSA, those GT3s are known as GTDs as well. That is their official class. They have Pro and Pro-Am. Not having the GTD class here is going to change when our pit strategy makes the most sense. We might just be staying out until we're out of fuel so we can shorten our stop as much as possible. The calculator needs as many laps as possible to figure out. Oh, well, it does look like we have GT3s ahead though. They're just not showing up on the track map, which is odd, I guess. Maybe not enough cars are being drawn on track for the replay. We can turn that up later. Had to make a small correction there. It was a late break. Catching some more GT3 cars just ahead here. They're not showing up on the track map for some reason. That's weird. We're just kind of testing it out. You guys can let me know if you like it or not. At least it's showing us our class positions properly. It don't matter as much as just when they're going to be in the way. They're going to be in the way, they're going to be in the way for everybody pretty much. So the GTP class will pass us at some point, and we're going to be passing through the whole GT3 field here. Probably would have been a great time to pit last lap before we had to start driving through the field. The other hope that we can have is to get completely through the field, create enough of a gap so that when we make our stop, we won't have to pass any more GT3 cars on exit. That'll leave us the most open track. Currently 9th in our class, started the race in 6th. Everybody has to stop once for fuel. I think the pit window is open now. We're closing in on the cars in front. We're going to pull off into the pits now, catching another big field of GT3 cars and LMP2s. Looks like some hypercars have pulled into the pits in front of us. This won't allow us to stay behind. This should be a fairly quick stop. Fuel only, no tires here. Stopping fairly early, and we're off. One of the hypercars coming out of the pits behind us. They may have taken tires. They look like they're a little slick. They should be passing us soon. We're catching some more GT3 cars here. I think that GTP car took tires, which is why they came out behind us. Not the best choice. That's going to make their car very slick for the next lap and a half or so. With all this traffic they've got to try and get through. We're not going to see them for a little while. Going into the gravel just a little bit there. Now that we've completed a lap, the hypercar is starting to catch back up to us. After that stop, we've fallen one spot down to 10th. We were in 9th before our pit stop. Group of GT3 cars not too far ahead. We've opened up the gap big time. The car behind in 11th, still 10th in our class. Looks like we're back up to 7th in our class. Pit stop cycles should be close to over. Hypercar coming out of the pits in front of us. We're closing in on the car in front, just a few tenths behind now. They were 5th before starting that last lap. We're now up to 6th in our class. They're still in 5th. We're bouncing off the curbs there. Still right there with the car in front, 5th place in our class. We're currently 6th. Pit cycles should be over now. Just a few minutes remaining in the race. How many laps we do will depend on where the leader is. That's the race leader, is when time expires. That will be the leader of the GTP class, not our class. Still right there with 5th place. 4th is not too far ahead as well. And that is 3rd in front of them. Just a couple seconds in front of us now. A big crash with a couple cars in front would give us a few more spots, put us close to podium position. Trying to get a top 5 here, about a half second back from the car in front now. Right there on their tail in the first corner, flashing our lights, trying to get them distracted or get them to make a mistake. Currently nose to tail. Looks like we're closing in also on 4th and 3rd in front of us. GT3 cars ahead, 4th and 3rd going side by side. We're right on the tail. They're going defensive. We're going to go around the outside here. We have made the pass, closing in on the GT3 BMW. Whoa, the BMW off. It looks like they came in contact with us and sent us into the wall. I think this is the last lap here. Back down to 6th in our class. We've taken a little damage here. Haven't lost sight of 5th there. They're right on the tail of 4th. But we're several seconds back now with a damaged vehicle. Car parts laying off the edge there. Not sure where that's from. It's probably a GT3. I think this is the final lap here. Gonna cross the line in 6th place. We started the race in 6th. We finished in 6th. Our rating went from a 2141. We gained 7 points. We're up to a 2148. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.